What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Nick Robinson with the Yara Effect. Today I'm recording out of my car. I didn't want to, but my computer is acting weird, and I've tried to do this video like 3 times now. This is my fourth attempt. So I feel like I really need to get this message out because it needs to go somewhere. All right. So anyway, we're going to talk about online dating. Safety first, y'all. Period. Safety first. I mean, like, in this day and age, we've heard so many stories where people are, being inspired by people they just met online. And you have to be careful. Like, you don't know these people. I don't care how long you talk to them online. You don't know them. Even if you meet somebody in person, you don't know them. Okay? So be safe. Don't be getting in nobody's car. You know what I'm saying? Like, meet them wherever y'all gonna meet it. Don't have them coming to your house. Don't go to their house. You don't know these people. You know what I'm saying? It can be a setup. Sound paranoid or not, I don't care. I'd rather be safe than sorry, right? I want you to be safe than sorry. What else? Like, tell somebody where you going. Tell somebody who you're meeting with. When I met my husband, my now husband, I told my mama where I was going. I told her who I was meeting with, and I sent her a picture of him. That's right. I sure did. I don't know that man. You see what I'm saying? So be safe first. Okay. And before you just go meeting everybody who you see on the thing that want to meet you, why don't you take a little time to look at their profile, look at what their messages are talking about. If you're already uncomfortable with those things that you see, why do you think you're gonna feel comfortable meeting them? You shouldn't even go that far. Because guess what? You're gonna get 300 and 400 messages from different dudes. You ain't gotta meet all of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you what kind of people I came across. I was on the free site, right? This was after I had left my first husband. It was me and my girls. I ain't have a lot of money, but I wanted to meet people, and going out did not do the trick. I mean, because you had a group of boys over here, a group of guys over here, they in each other's face laughing and talking. They ain't trying to holler. You got girls over here, they doing their thing on a girls' night out, and then you got couples. It wasn't a space conducive to meeting anybody. So I was like, how do y'all meet people? It was like, oh, online dating. I was like, God, I don't want to do this. But I was bored. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to just work and do parenthood. I was bored. I want to do something else. So tried the online dating thing. Tried the free site, y'all. Why did I do that? Oh, you get what you pay for. Okay. You get what you pay for. I'm sorry. So met a guy. He wanted, several guys actually wanted me to be a third in their relationship, whether it was a throuple or whether it was like a one night stand threesome type thing. And I'm like, that's not what I'm here for. Like, I thought that's what Tinder was for. I wasn't on Tinder. I was on POF, right? So I'm like, okay, no, thank you. But no. Then this one guy, he wanted to pay me like $300 a session 3 or 4 times a week to beat him. Like, literally whip him. And I'm like, sir, no. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all have to have y'all boundaries in place. Y'all have to know what y'all will and won't do. Because I'm gonna tell you, anybody who has left a relationship and more than half of your income for the house is gone, and you're not getting any type of assistance from anywhere, it's hard. It is hard. My kids were young. They were still in daycare, so I still had to pay for my car note, rent. It was hard, but I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and put my life in danger over $300 a session 3 or 4 times a week. That was some good money, especially back then, but no, I'm not going to do it. So again, you have to have some common sense and be safe. I don't know that man. What if okay, let's say if I had gone with the $300 a session man, what if by the time I meet up with him, he chaining me up, beating my ass? You see what I'm saying? No. That's why you have to be careful. You have to be careful what you do and what you entertain. And let me tell you something else. With these situations that I'm telling y'all about that were undesirable to me, I went on and just blocked these people. I blocked them. I don't got no reason to keep conversing with them. At the end of the day, it's like when you respond, even if it's a no, they feel like they got to try to convince you and they can talk you into it. Because if you wasn't at least a little bit interested, then you would have said nothing. That's the perception. I'm saying you can truly mean, no, I don't want to do this, but they think you just need to be convinced. Hell no. Let me tell you something. Block these people. And you guys, whoever's out here that's like, oh, I don't want to hurt their feelings by not responding and not answering them and blocking them. Let me tell you something. His feelings ain't hurt. You know why? Because it's 500 other women that he hollering at too, trying to see who gonna take the bait. Okay? So get out of this. It's not being nice to put yourself in a compromising position for somebody that you don't even know. That's being dumb. Okay? I'm gonna be the one to tell you. It's not smart. Why are you putting yourself out for somebody that you don't even know? You see what I'm saying? Okay, so met another guy. He was asking me too many questions about my kids, and I just did not feel right about that, so I discontinued that interaction. Okay, again, I did not meet every single person that I had a communication with. No, that's not smart. What else I didn't do? I did not invite nobody to my house, and I didn't go to anybody else's house. If I met somebody, it was in public. That was a guy that I did meet in public, and we kind of hit it off or whatever. But at the time, I was in grad school, and I was working full time and raising my kids. I ain't have time for that. Like, honestly, he wanted more than I could give him. He wanted to be at my house every day and all this stuff. And I'm like, sir, I gotta study. Like, I'm in a graduate school program, and anybody who's been to grad school knows that you have to maintain a certain GPA in order to stay in the program. I wasn't finna mess up my school career for him. Are you serious? No. The semester that me and him was together, my grades dropped, and I was like, no, I had to break it off with him. And he went on about his business. God bless him. I don't know what he is and what he doing to this day, but I hope he's okay. And he wasn't in no position to be trying to date nobody seriously anyway, because he was just out of a divorce as well. But he was trying to work out co-parenting from states away with his ex-wife, and he was trying to get his career going because he had just moved back to the area. So I mean, neither one of us was in a position where we could really focus on the relationship, and I wasn't finna try to do it. I was stretched too thin as it was. Okay, so I left online dating alone for years, because the time between me divorcing my first husband and then meeting my new husband is about 10 years. And during that time, I wasn't like hot and heavy on trying to be in a relationship. There was only one other relationship I was in that occurred about, I want to say 7 years after the guy who I dumped in grad school. I wasn't in a relationship beyond those two until I met my husband, and then we got married. So I would say I get being lonely. I do, because for a lot of years I was by myself, phone dry, no going out with anybody, nothing. So I get it. I would say know what it is you're looking for and only accept that. I went to a paid site. You get what you pay for, right? I went to a paid site, and I would say I did not come across the foolishness that I did on the free one. Okay, there was nobody in my inbox talking that foolishness like that. I mean, I ain't saying it wasn't there. I'm just saying that they had better sense than to just put it all out there initially. Like this fool that I met on POF, he wanted to, do the whole yeah, let's video call. I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe he's just trying to make sure it's not a catfish situation. When really, as soon as I get on the video, he got his male part up in my face. I'm like, sir, are you for real? I blocked him as well. So like I said, you get what you pay for. I saw my husband on the site, and you can view somebody's profile and see what they're talking about, and that's what I did. And our profiles matched so closely. It was like in the high 90s that we matched. And I was like, wow, dang, he sounds a lot like me, like we have a lot in common. And I can't remember all the categories that they asked you questions for. I answer my questions truthfully, but I wasn't like, oh yes, I'm worried about how these questions are going to come off and how these answers are going to look so that, I can meet the right person. Like, nah, it was nothing like that. I just wanted to have a good time. And, I was new to the area that I'm in now, and I didn't know anybody but my cousin. I didn't want to depend on her for all my social interaction. So that's why I went on the site, to try to like date around. My kids were with their dad for the summer at that time. And yeah, I just wanted to have fun. So, my husband saw me the next day after I looked at his profile, because you can see who's looking at your profile, and he looked at mine. And in order to communicate, I think you have to like send a heart, and if the person sends a heart back to you, that's how you guys can talk. And so that's what we did. And we met after speaking on the app for a while. And I was hoping that he wasn't one of those guys that like just want female attention throughout the day and then go home to his family, because if you are not at least speaking or meeting after a certain time, then there are guys on there that just want female attention and don't really have any intention of going on with trying to have any type of interaction or relationship with you for real. So and when I met with him, like I said, I was safe about it. I just say, have fun, of course, but be safe. Get to know somebody. Even if you are not dating online, the same rules apply. Be safe. You don't know these people. Be safe. Have fun. And the site that I met my husband on was Zoosk. I had heard in prior years that people had success on Zoosk. I know 2 success stories in real life. One girl I know, she's been married to her husband over 10 years. Another girl I know, they've been together between 7 to 10 years. So I knew that there was success possibly on that site. But when I was signing up for it, I didn't even know I was signing up for it. It was an ad on Facebook that popped up on my phone. And I was like, sure, why not? Let's answer the questions, whatever. And then as I went through the process, I then saw that it was Zoosk. Zoosk is not a site that really advertises. It's kind of like, how luxury cars don't have to advertise. We just know that they luxury cars and we want them. Like, I never see an ad for Rolls Royce. I never see an ad for Bentleys. Like, we just know that those are, top notch cars and we want them, right? That's how Zoosk is. They don't have to advertise because they're kind of like the luxury, if you will, of online dating. So anyway, I would say, give it a shot. Just be safe. Y'all let me know what y'all's experiences have been. Have there been any success stories like mine? We've been married almost 4 years now. So, I'm glad I went on. I'm glad that I took it serious enough to answer the questions properly, because I could have been matching with somebody who really didn't match with me. And I would say, make sure you're honest with your answers. It does you no good to fake and be phony about who you are. Be upfront. Okay. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, share all the good things. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.